What you resent the most in other people is often what you are depriving yourself of. And this shows how everyone in your life can be a mirror for your internal world if you let it be and if you're open to seeing what's actually going on. If you notice that someone else is wearing all of these like crazy hairstyles all the time or dressing really out there, you might notice that a little bit more conservative people, maybe your parents, those kinds of people are like, oh, like, why are they doing that? Or if they see someone with a lot of tattoos, someone with a more conservative mindset would be like, oh, why are they doing that? Like, it looks so bad, whatever. And a lot of us may see that like the older generations or people who do not allow themselves to access that level of freedom have a lot to say about other people who are living more freely than them. They notice that these people are going against society's standards. They're allowing themselves to freely express themselves through their clothes, through their hairstyles, through tattoos, whatever it is. And that feels very scary and triggering for them because they do not ever allow themselves to step outside of the norms of what's accepted by society, what's normal, or what's just common. So when they see other people who are living this freely expressing themselves, they feel triggered because they've never allowed themselves to access that level of freedom, and they're so afraid of being judged by the external world, by society, that they would never have the bravery and the commitment to themselves to be able to show up in that way. Another example is if you notice that someone is always leading the conversation, someone's always in charge, someone's always taking charge of the situation, you might feel like, oh, like they're being so aggressive. Like, why are they being so aggressive? And maybe you get annoyed because you feel triggered by like how controlling they are or how much they're like showing up in the situation. And of course, like not every situation is the same, but you may feel triggered because you do not allow yourself to have that much confidence in yourself. Maybe you find their level of assuredness, their level of self-trust and their confidence in their decision making to be triggering because you do not trust yourself enough to make those kinds of brave, kind of like more intense decisions. And maybe you find yourself being a little more indecisive or wavering more or just being afraid to take this first step. So when you notice someone else that's just taking charge in all these situations and moving with such certainty, that it triggers you because you do not trust yourself to that extent. And while there are obviously exceptions, I know I'm going to get that in the comments as I always do. A lot of times you can see what other people's behaviors are and recognize when do you feel triggered and notice instead of just reacting instantly. Notice when you're quick to judge other people's actions and reflect and see like what can that tell you about yourself. Where are you depriving yourself of something, and where are you realizing that your judgment of other people can show you what you can give yourself a little more. Maybe you need to give yourself a little more ability to express yourself freely without judgment of other people, without worrying about how other people will perceive you. Or maybe you need to trust yourself a little more and allow yourself to know that you can make these decisions and that you will be okay, and you don't have to be lingering in the process of what if and what if this goes wrong. Maybe allowing yourself to trust yourself more and taking charge of the decisions in your life rather than just waiting on the sidelines, allowing someone else to take charge and then judging them for doing so.